Hey guys, Kickoff here for your live electronic music tutorials, episode 330 guys. This is really insane, 330 episode where I make music in real time, and of course I make a template with every single episode of those shows. So if you see the other shows, you're going to see I do many genres. I produce electronic music for over 20 something years and I love it and I want to keep on doing it, and the best way for me to keep on doing it is to share all the knowledge that I accumulated over those years with you through those episodes. And today guys, I'm going to make some orchestral trance. What do I mean by orchestral trance? Well, it's probably playing right now so you can hear it. It's basically trance, 132 BPM. I'm going to use silent one because I think it's the most excellent synth to do trance. I'm going to use some string sections, probably some brass and different organic element and orchestral element with some electronic element mixed together. It's going to be driving. It's going to be definitely more prog trance with like, of course, some orchestral accent in it. And like I said earlier guys, I'm going to make a template. It's playing right now. I think it might end up good, might not. And you have to check out our new site guys at wmdm.io or wemakedancemusic.com. Check out the site. We have over 15,000 products from 550 producers who upload MIDI templates. So guys, templates I think are the thing. It's where you get, let's say you get to sit here while you're sitting here with me, which is a great thing. So you get to sit with me in the session and then you leave with the session. Imagine that. So you get to sit with me in the session now and then you just take it home to continue to work on it. This is exactly how I created We Make Dance Music Live. Anyway, let's get started. I have to change, switch to headphones. And yeah, one thing I have to do again, I'm going to switch my setup here to headphones because I don't think I have here. Just to change the curve here to make sure I have a flat response. It does actually make a difference because when I actually get to mix on the speakers after I get the setup there, it's cleaner. So this is what we start with. It's a bit terrible. It's like a tape playing. So let's just put. This is what I start with. I wanted to build an idea, so I put this on. There's a pad here. Very kind of trance ambience and stuff. And the first thing I'm gonna do guys is to play a little bit with orchestral element because this definitely need a little bit more envelope, so it has a tail, so you can hear now it's just cutting at the end and then it's restarting, and it's not quite our violin sound usually. So let's add a bit of envelope. Oh, so now it decays a little bit into the next part. Smooth. And after this I think I'm going to drop a reverb on there to create dimension, which is also very necessary. I'm going to do my reverb here. I'm going to do, if you know me, Silververb, my own preset, Grandiose, put it on there. It's a very large room. It could be used in different ways, but I like it because it had a lot of texture, so much smoother already. Maybe a bit too much now. Then EQ it. If you don't EQ your reverb guys, you might see here on 200 this is already very crowded, and when you get it up in your mix it's gonna get busy there and you're not gonna be able to have a clean mix. So I want the signal of the reverb. Yes, I want a bit of this, but I want to cut it, mainly about like 200, maybe a bit higher. Say 500 here, but the curve is here, so now I could boost it so we'll hear the result. It's more airy, it's much more ambient than if I have the low end in there, so okay. Let's bring it together. Drop this. I'm gonna use the pad as a starting point, for this, so I'm gonna go into the pad, put it on touch, drop some automations here just to write something, put A to show the automation, show the cutoff of the alchemy here. Put it to read because if not I will keep on writing automation. It's going to become very messy. It's not the pad. The pad is way too loud. The pad should be in the back because they take all the space. It's not like a bass set that come here and there. The pad is very present and it takes a lot of room in the mix. So you want your pad not to be completely thin but to be quite controlled. See, there's a lot of low end here which I don't want because when I'm going to put my bass line I don't want it to interfere. I was listening to a radio show. I mean, I'm gonna say it, to Nora and Pure on my way. I was running this morning, and I listened to a track, and I mean, the ideas in the track were just splendid. It was such a great track. Like, everything was there, except that the mix was just like terrible, guys. I mean, it's for me, because I'm an engineer, I listen to things differently, right? And then the mix was just like, so everything was really clashing together, and I could really hear it. And then they compressed it a lot on top, and they tried to make it better, but you just cannot do this at this point, because if you have so much frequency crowding, let's say the 60 to 200 hertz or even 400 hertz, you're doomed. You know, everything is there. It's like muddy and stuff. You're gonna compress it, you're gonna make it cleaner and stuff, but you cannot just remove it or remove some frequencies. So it's very important to clean your lower end, guys. Then I'm gonna go, the kicks I think are not very balanced too, so I'm gonna lower them a little bit. Let's say we take both of those kicks here. I'm gonna send them to separate bus, because it is already on the bus of this drum machine designer. I'm gonna just do my own bus here, bus 7. Then I'm gonna look at the output of bus 7 to see how much my two kicks are together. I'm gonna drop it around -9, -10 is a standard for me, so you have a decent mix. Then you can calibrate the rest of the element to the kick. If you go higher than, I would say, -8, you will have problem mixing your track. It's like a staple for me. I've been doing this type of mix for a really, really long time. See, now the kick is lower, I'm gonna have to drop the elements. So another very important part of mixing trance, which is complex because sometimes you have a lot of layers, guys, is to really mix it, to really think if the elements are colliding, are they tight, or do they work, am I adding too much, is it just like a pile of stuff on top of each other, you know? And the kick have to be there, then you just build the element upon it. And if you question it, I have a way to do it personally, is I drop all the pot, I take the busiest part of the track, and then I slowly raise them one by one with the basis of the kick at around -10 dB. And then I raise them just enough, and then you're gonna see your mix will come out completely different, and you're probably you're gonna be able to have more air and more space in the mix, which will translate a lot better in a bigger sound system. So this is cool. I talk a lot today. Like I said, I went for a run today, so those days are good days. I'm gonna drop the strings, but really, I'm really gonna cut most of low, and I want a little bit of mid-lows here, not so much, but then I'm really gonna put them in the back. I want to hear them, but they're just there to support a little bit, because strings are very rich, there's a lot of tone to them and they take a lot of space, so I want some space for my arps, my bass, and my other elements. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, drop a snare, just quickly build some basic elements with you guys. So quick snare, 1 out of 2 pattern of the kick, of course. This is just the basic to kind of it's not this very good snare. This one neither. I'll go here, and I'm gonna do classic 909 snare with a lot of grain to it. NOPTR 909 right here. You're gonna hear the difference it's quite dramatic from what was there. So this snare has a lot of grain. It's really like, it really stands out. For me, go to anytime. I also have 2 kicks, so if I cut the low end kick, I have this punchy here, then you have the low end kick. Later on I'm probably gonna compress them together, but for now I'll keep them like this. Now you have a snare, it's good. Go into a hi-hat. I think the hi-hat on this kit are quite weak. I mean, they're very above and beyond and I would say, without being pretentious, that above and beyond track percussions are not the most advanced or the most prevalent. It's very basic. So some people put a lot of work on percussion, some other put a lot of work on melodies, so it's a different way. Yeah, acceptable, but let's try the open. Oof. This is very long. Okay. Again, I'm gonna change the hi-hat. I'm creating the kit, this new kit for you guys for So deep tech here, actually open hat deep tech, not closed hat, open here. I'm gonna find it here somewhere, deep tech. This has to go a bit higher. It's quite, for me it's classic. Then I'm gonna drop a rolling hat underneath this. It will take a lot of room, but not the hit of the open hat. Again, I'm not sure about this hat in particular. So I might go, I think big room. There's a good one in big room. This is more like kind of 808-y. And I don't want to waste too much time on that for you guys. So, no, not exciting. I'll do the big room. And then mix it properly, really put it in the back because it's very intense. I think I'm probably going to take a bit of the top end and exaggerate it a little bit here. So I want really the clicky, and also too much presence here, about 500-800. It's not a good idea. So now that I have that, I can really pull it in the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a delay to give it some dimension. I'm going to hit right away because it's already set to 10 and 20. So this is interesting. I think it's a bit much. 35 and 10. So what's happening now without? This is really static. When you put that, then you can hear it. It's really going in a stereo field in a different way. It's fun. Make it more groovy and more dynamic. There's some percussions there. I always find this funny thing about you call something percussions. Oh, it's kind of interesting. Oh, it's like just a tick tick. I'd like to hear some delay on there. Okay, interesting. It's a nice clap, worth using. I personally like to put a clap on the first beat. Kind of announce that it's changing, that it's requeuing. Two claps are very much the same. I'm going to also send this to a delay. I'm going to change it to a 909 clap. This is classic. Oh my god, this is such a classic. With the delay, it's nice. Perfectly in the mix already. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the meat of things, guys. I'm just thinking what type of bass I will introduce. Like groovy, arpeggiated. I mean, the choices are like I made so many tracks in my life that I have a lot in my registry of things. So I will first take the keys here. I'm gonna take just the bass keys, of course, at the bottom here. Obviously not that, and I'm taking so that there's different. There's so many different things to do this. So just like it. Oh, I can hear something. For silent, it's a bit low. I'm gonna go up an octave. Important. I have to say that for the intro and stuff, I like this a lot. I have to keep this because right away it's like groovy. Then, very important, drop a sidechain on it. Take your instrument, which is the kick, above and beyond kick. Get the signal in there, sidechain it. Drop some compression in there. Get it to groove. Now we can probably bring a little bit more volume out of this pad. sounds like a lot of fun already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand what we have here. I'm gonna drop view secondary roller, secondary roller here. So I have 2 minutes of a track. It should be enough for now. Just say to build an intro and do something cool. So what do we need now? Are we going for an ARP or melody? It's always tough because I think the melody could go first and then we drop the ARP underneath. Another question is the melody going to be a synth or a piano? I mean, piano trance is cool. Orchestral, yes, I think a piano would be like a compressed piano, a sidechain piano that it is going to be. Here, legacy. I do like the legacy pianos better. A bit of acoustic pianos. Yamaha Studio. Big file loading here to get all the waves into place. I'm in C. I'm gonna send that to the reverb and to the delay to give it a little bit of flair, because if not, it's gonna be quite boring to hear me play completely dry. This is a ping pong delay here, perfect. And then reverb did not. I got 2 times the same. Bus 3 here. And bus 7 here. Oh, bus 7. This is the one I wanted. Here we go. There was nothing there in the bus 7, so that's why I thought it was. It's always a tough part when you record live. So another thing is I don't want to turn it to be too mellow. So you still have to preserve the energy. So if you do too much piano-y kind of melody, get to be smooth. But again, Robert Miles, you know. Give it a try. Okay, so, you know, not to make things complicated because I'm recording live, I'm going to use this melody, and then of course we have the magic of the sequencer, you know, which gives us infinite possibilities. And again, if you think further than just what you're working on right now, you're gonna think I'm gonna have a lot more elements in there, you know. So it's not necessary to make this might not be the primary melody. It might be just some background kind of activities, you know, to keep people interested. So what I've just done is, of course, that was a little bit of a miss there. Key. If I create a loop and I bring it, not so exciting, but I'll keep it. There's always time for production later, you know, now it's creative time, so there's always a big difference. I don't know if you guys do separation, but there's the creative process, you know. And then you have arrangement, and then you have mixing, and of course you have mastering, and then there's promotion and all this stuff. But just the creative part is where you just get to output the elements, and then once you go into arranging and mixing, you really go into the next step, you know. So this step should be really all about inputting. I'm not going to start arranging the track just yet because I just want to input ideas. Actually, I like so basically, yeah, I'm gonna remove this. Those two keys at the end are not necessary. And what I can do is I can use polyphony to make something interesting. Polyphony is something I love for a long time, guys. I used to have some big hardware synth. Supernova was one of them that I absolutely love, and it was 8-part polyphony. It was 16. I could layer, I think, 16, but it was 8-part that I can run at the same time with the same key, so I could really play. And it was hardware synth with a lot of knobs. Oh my god, it was so much fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the last key I have here. I'm not going to take this key, obviously. I mean this sound. I think something a bit fuzzy would be nice to kind of make it a bit grittier, you know, maybe an ARP or like a... Oh, let's let go. I'm using very old sound set, guys, by the way. It's kind of all the same at this point. It doesn't... There's not so much left to create, so you just modulate a little bit. Could be cool, it's a bit intense. Let's go a bit further in there. Some pads in here. Oh, there's Anjuna in there. Anjuna pad, classic for me. Kind of create a variation from the other pad we have in there. So far, still clean. This pad is doing quite well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my string section here, go in there, create an Arpeggiator with silent one. Okay. Now we have this second and center. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop the piano. I'm gonna go of course into harp. This is very little in there, I think. It's not so many, but I want some classic kind of trance kind of thing. Oof. That's cool. Great arps in there, I would say. Some gut. skeptical on that. So what I do in those occasions, because I'm going live with you guys, of course, is I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna go into Alchemy, which gets some very decent harps. Import the MIDI, of course, and probably later on I'm gonna cut the lows of these MIDIs. I'm gonna go into Arp. I'm gonna go maybe to Trance here, just for fun. It's kind of classic. What is this? Feels a bit bright. I like this kind of harmonics there. Also find out, guys, that when you mix different synth and you have different sound sources in a track, it definitely bring like a different, like something more rich, you know, of course, because you have different sound sources, different oscillators, different things. You see that already? I play with the filter a little bit. Really nice controls on, of course, on Alchemy. Bring back put the filter, put a bit of volume. We need sidechain, guys. I don't know why there's no sidechain on this channel here. Wait a second. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna pick my comp from here. Option, Command, poof, copied. I think I'm gonna do the same here with the rest of the element to get everything to pump in sync, which does make a difference really already. Then we can try to put on another layer bar. Hey. No, I'd rather do those stabs myself. If I want some stabs, I'll make them up. Then let's try to bring the piano. It might work. Above and Beyond kind of this track now. I'm thinking what could I add to this? I think kind of like a padish melody with this Anjuna pad here that I have, which I replicate, and I might play a bit more for you guys. If I take my piano here, how nice is that? So I took the piano here, the pad, layered it with the piano, with quite like a good groovy ambience, the bass. Oh no, this is the pad. Oh, let's put the pad. Where's my bass? Is here. Quite a good breakdown. Then we have this other pad, which is it's the same key, so let's do something to make it different. I'm gonna go up, then I'm gonna drop an arp on there, just for fun. It's a bit too fast to do anything really, so remove the harp. Let's put it back. Then let's listen to the mix a little bit. This harp is not so tasty in this mix here, so let's drop it. So this is enough. It can be there, however, not where it is right now, in the mix at least. You can use it as a driver in the back, absolutely fine, but not at the forefront. This one too. So guys, this is going to be it for episode 330 of your live electronic music tutorials. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you got a second, check out our site, Music. The template is going to be below. What I do after this Because I put in 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 hours into the track, make it into a full template where you guys can get in the link below. Until next time, guys, may the sound be with you.